Ready? See. Radhe Radhe, Dandavat Pranam. Welcome to Shri Radha Vinu Bihari Mandir, Gopinath Bhavan, Shri Vrindavan Dham. Srila Gurudev ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Rupan Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai, Patit Pavan Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Prem Purushottam Shachinandana Gaur Hari ki jai, Radha Vinu Bihari Ju ki jai, Radha Ramana Ju ki jai, Giriraj Maharaj ki jai, Hari Nam Sankirtan ki jai, Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Shri Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. So we will begin with Mangalacharan, page 1 of this book, Shri Gauriya Giti Guccha, Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam.
Namaha Vishnu
कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरद्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जयतां सुरगोपङ्गो मम मन्दं मतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्वपदं भोजो राधामदनमोहन दिव्यवृन्दारण्यकल्पद्रुमदं श्रीमद्रत्नाकरसिंहासनस्थो श्री श्रीराधा श्रीरघुनन्दनेन प्रेष्ठानिभिः सेव्यमानो स्मरामि। श्रीमन्त्रसरसारम्भी वंशीवतस्ततः कर्षवेणुस्वनैर्गोपी गोपीनाथश्रीस्तुनः। वृन्दाय तुलसीदेव्यै प्रियाय केशवस्य च कृष्णभक्तिप्रदे देवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्द। चेतोदर्पणमार्जनं भवमहादावग्निनिर्वापनं श्रेयकैरवचन्द्रिकावितरणं विद्यावधूजीवनम्। आनन्दं विवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतास्वादनं सर्वात्मस्वपरं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनम्। हरे राम हरे रामेव केवलं गुरो नस्त्येव गतिरन्यथा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Dandavad Pranam Vaishnavas.
Dandavad Pranam.
So we'll begin with Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya, page 36?
Yeah, 32.
32.
Right?
32. Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya Ore Dase Name Kayo Gurudev kripa vinodiya Gurue nase na dekhayo Evaro Karunakaro Vaisnava Gosai, page 44. If you don't have the songbook, then you can scroll to the most recent post of Jiva Pavan Prabhu. He's there, right?
He is here.
Dandavat Pranam Jiva Pavan Prabhu.
Dandavat Pranam.
He posts the bhajans in the comment section of the thread, so just scroll to his most recent post and there you will find the bhajan with its translation and oftentimes beautiful commentaries from our acharyas. So please take advantage of that so you can follow along. Vaisnava Yam Kalirupa Sharira Nadharata, page 47.
For those who have a small songbook, it's the next page.
Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhu ki
No. Jai!
Jai. Yang kali rupa sharira nadharana yang Goswamipada ki jai. Parama Karuna Ahudujana Nitai Gaura Chandra. Page 84. If you don't have the book, just follow the post of Jiva Pavana Prabhu and there you will find the bhajan. Ahum Goranga tumi more doya na chari ho. Page 78. Manas deho geho joki chumor arpilo tuapade Nanda Kishore, page 206. If you don't have a songbook, just find the most recent poster, Jiva Pavana Prabhu. There he does post the bhajans with their translations and beautiful commentaries, so you can follow along. Manasa Deho Geho. Here I quote it so often, it would be nice if we could sing it sometimes.
Besides, it's a very important message.
Extremely important message. Radhe Jai Jai Madhava Daite. Page 341, I believe. Yes. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Jaya Madhava singing that faster part where it goes into the Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite. I'm very, he said, resistant to change, quite conservative. And for many years, I was, well, as we would be, a little bit frightened to sing in front of Srila Gurudev. What if I make a mistake? What if I do something wrong? I'm trying to please him, so I was always very careful. But I remember once at Govardhan, we were there, and I had heard Krishna Das and Tamal Krishna Prabhu sing it many times, and they would go into that faster part. So I jumped out of my, how do you say, frightened comfort zone and made that endeavor. And Gurudev looked at me immediately and he gave me that glance, like he was pleased that I was able to learn and to follow like that. And he wanted me to, I'd say, break out a little bit from my 3 tunes that I was holding very strongly to be able to serve in all ways. So I was just remembering that. Before we chant the Hare Krishna mantra, you want to tell? So, someone who I've known since I was 9 years old. Sudevi has known since she came to Srila Gurudev in 1996 and came to Vrindavan. And anyone who has come to Vrindavan also would be very familiar with an iconic person who sat day in and day out communicating with all visiting devotees and also all Brijbasis, who is famous from the Mahesh cloth shop. He passed away last night. Rajendra Prasad.
He was the 7th generation of clothwallahs.
7th? Wow, 7th generation of clothwallahs. So I remember sitting in his shop when I was 9 years old when my father first brought me to Vrindavan for going to Vrindavan Gurukul. And we were quite familiar with him that time. Him and his brother, they're very close looking, look-alike twins. And so they were sitting there as very young men, and they were in the 7th generation of cloth shopwallas, selling cloth and clothes for devotees. And many devotees around the world, whether you realize it or not, have worn or even are currently wearing clothes which have come from their shop. I know that many devotees who own shops around the world, they were importing or bringing stuff from their shops to the rest of the world.
They also took initiation from Gurudev.
They also received Harinam and Kantimala from our Srila Gurudev, and also they would host his devotees and put on programs, and also in their Govardhan temple, which is just next to Sevakunj. So anyhow, he passed away last night, and so I would just like to engage all of us, although he has been in Vrindavan, his families are from here still, for that departed soul, that we can all pray for him as we're chanting, and also praying for our own souls, but we can put some extra.
His son was very grateful that we were going to chant on his father's Atma's behalf.
Okay. So you all heard that. So.
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Gaur Bhaktivedanta ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Ajnanatirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Namine Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam. First of all, I offer my Dandava Pranam thousands of times in the dust of the lotus feet of our beloved Gurudev. Nitya Lila Pravishta Vishnupad Astottara Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. And the same thousands of Dandava Pranam in the dust of the lotus feet of Nitya Lila Pravishta Vishnupad Astottara Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. And to all of our Rupanuga, Gauriya, Guru Varga, and to all Vaishnavas past, present, and future, including all of you who are present with us today, I offer my Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, dear Vaishnavas, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. So before continuing going beyond Vaikuntha, I would like to request Sudevi to say something. You gonna come here? Okay. I'm gonna move out of the way this time.
Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
Ajnanatirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So, Kishori Mohan Prabhu just told you that yet another close person to us left this world. And I wanted to share something I was contemplating, because when I woke up, when Kishori Mohan Prabhu came out this morning, he said, "Do you know what today is?" And I said, "What?" He said, "It's 10/10/2020. What does that mean to you?" And I was like, "Worst year ever?" And he said, "What were we doing 10 years ago on this day?" And I thought, October 10th in 2010, what were we doing? We arrived in Delhi. We arrived in Delhi in 2010 because the devotees called us and said, "Srila Gurudev is preparing to leave the world. Beg, steal, or borrow. Get here." So we borrowed money. We didn't steal. And we arrived in Delhi. At 11:30, 12 o'clock the next morning, we were being engaged as Srila Gurudev's cooks. And I want to tell you why, what happened. Because all around us we're realizing that death is everywhere. It is anyway, but it's coming closer and closer. Today is the closest it's come. Before it was in Mangali with Tarun Krishna Pandit, who was an amazing Drupad classical singer who is very dear to all the Brajabasis. Now today, just on the opposite side of that, probably actually same distance, but
Radha
you
Shama
go
Sundar.
past Radha Shama Sundar, and right there is where this person actually used to sit, and he left. So we're seeing this closing in on us. And so today made me remember. And so I wanted to share something with you. Many years ago, in 2010, Srila Gurudev was in Italy. And this is after we had been with him in South Africa. We had come to be with him in India, and we went to Bengal Prachar and came to Kartik. So when he was in Italy, this is before that anyway, but it was all in 2010. When he was in Italy, something happened to my body and it started breaking down. I started having all kinds of problems. So we were asked by Gurudev and the Vaisnavas, do you have anywhere you can go? Is there any room, any place in the world? And at that time, not anymore, my mom is just a homeless person now, but we said, yes, we can go stay at my mother's house, maybe for a couple of months. She had an apartment. And Gurudev said, immediately cancel your tour and go there and take care of this body, take care of yourself. And Kishori Mohan Prabhu and I began to discuss with each other. We're like, well, we only have a few more months of the tour left. Perhaps we should finish the tour, you know, because devotees had paid for us. We already bought the tickets, otherwise we'll owe money, and we were thinking of all these things. What is the best thing to do? So we sat down and we were remembering something. Not long before that, I wasn't feeling so good, and I told Gurudev that. And then Kishori Mohan discussed something with him opposite of that, of what we were speaking about my health. But then Kishori Mohan said that we are working so hard to collect money to get our tour tickets. And Srila Gurudev said, it is different, your sickness and also your collecting money. He said, because you are doing it for me. And then he said, even your eating and your sleeping is for me. And at the time I thought, what a sweet kind of romantic thing to say. But how is my eating and sleeping for Gurudev? How is that possible? I'm a material buddha person stuck here. I'm just a regular person. How can what I do be for Gurudev? Even though he's engaged me in seva, I didn't really understand that mood, but I thought it was sweet. So then we decided we should listen to Gurudev and the Vaishnavas. We immediately canceled our tickets. We told all the devotees, we'll pay you back. And every one of them said, no, don't worry about it. Go, take care of your health. So for 3 months, we went to America, and I couldn't afford regular doctors, but I was going to a Chinese doctor, an herbalist, and one devotee, Nimai Chaitanya, he was also helping. And they were helping me try to get my stomach and my body together. And 3 months I was learning how to eat, how to take care of my stomach, how to take care of this body. I was resting after traveling the world continuously since 1999. Continuously we were stopped. And I started learning how to care for this body. 3 months into that care, we got the phone call, Gurudev is going to leave immediately, come. So we came, and one devotee was put in charge of taking care of Gurudev's cooking, his diet, because he had helped his brother through a certain kind of cancer. And he was praying in front of Thakurji at Radharaman Gaudiya Math. And he was praying, Radharaman Bihari Gaudiya Math. And he was praying, please send me help, I need help. This is such an incredible task to put on my shoulders. I don't know really what to do. And he told us this, that he was praying, and he turned around and he saw Kishori Mohan Prabhu and I walking by. And so he thought, I should go speak with them. And so he came to our room and he sat down and he said, I've put been put in charge of this. And he was saying, so these are the things I'm thinking of doing. And I was looking at him and I'm going, no. You can't give him this because he has ulcers. You can't give him this because he's pre-diabetic. You can't do this because it will put pressure here. And I was telling him all these things that I learned in my months of eating and sleeping for Gurudev. And so then he went back to Gurudev's close sevaks and he said, I actually don't think I can do this. I don't know the proper diet for Gurudev's stomach. I know for a different kind of cancer. I think Sudevi's the one who can cook for him. So they brought us in. And immediately, Dvija Krishna Prabhu, he was in charge of actually Gurudev's cooking when Gurudev would be in India. He was Gurudev's personal cook. He brought us in the kitchen and he said, I am your sevak here, just tell me what to do. And he said, I'm too old to learn this kind of cooking, I don't understand it. And then he just showed us around the kitchen and he left. And we began our seva to cook for Srila Gurudev. So at that time, all of the supplements that Nimai Chaitanya Prabhu taught me to take for all different kinds of stomach problems, for all different kinds of issues, I brought with me. And all that diet that I had learned for those 3 months, what to do at this time of the day, what to take at this, all of these different things. And before I came to India, I was thinking, what will I do? What will I do? I won't be able to maintain myself. I might go all the way back and reverse all the good I've done. I was worried for this body. What will I eat? In India, they have rice and dal. And they give you like this kind of sabji made of radishes and things. And I'm like, I can't live. So we came and the devotees came and said, tell us what things you need for Gurudev. Give us a list. So I wrote down the whole list that I was taught. And then they put it out on the internet. These are the things you can bring for Gurudev. And within days, so many devotees started to arrive. They were coming to see Gurudev and coming for the month of Kartik. But with them, they were bringing, in their luggage, they were bringing asparagus, they were bringing fennel, they were bringing all of these incredible kinds of herbs, incredible kinds of supplements, things that I couldn't afford if I even tried. And so much was coming in that Gurudev's sevak said, you also should take them. There's too much. In one lifetime, Gurudev can't take everything. So we would give something a little bit what the devotees brought for Gurudev.
I have to interject a little bit at this point. What had happened was Sudevi brought all of her own supplements, and the doctors who were present with Gurudev when we arrived, they were saying, Gurudev needs this, Gurudev needs this, Gurudev needs this supplement, and they didn't have any of it available. And Sudevi happened to have all of her own supplements with her, which she just gave for Gurudev. And it was all of the things which he required as well.
So then all of this started coming, and I just saw how one day we were in the kitchen and we were doing all of our seva and counting millimeters of supplements and giving him soup, and we would be on our feet from 5 in the morning to 11 at night, really trying to serve. And every doctor that came in, they didn't change anything. They were like, what you're doing is perfect. How did you know this? And one day we were looking at each other and we said, even our eating and our sleeping is for him. And he showed us this, that if we will use our bodies in seva, if we see that these bodies can be used for the service of Hari, Guru and Vaisnava, then our eating, our sleeping, our taking care of these bodies are seva. Once upon a time, there was a man who was very, very poor, and he was living in a forest with his wife and his family. One day, he was looking at his wife and his children, and he saw, oh, they're so skinny, and I have no money, and I don't know what I can do to feed them. What can I do? What can I do? So he began to meditate, and he thought, I know. I will go and I will pray to Lord Indra, the king of heaven. Who has more money than Indra? He is the wealth of everything. He is the King of heaven. So he went to his wife and he said, I don't know how long it will be. I don't know how long it's going to take me. But I'm going to go and I'm going to pray to Lord Indra. Wait for me. I will be back. So he went deeper into the forest. He found a mountaintop, sat down and began to pray to Lord Indra. Because his prayer was sincere, Lord Indra appeared in front of him. He said, oh, you're calling me so loudly. What is it you want? Why are you praying to me? And the man, he thought ahead of time, I don't know wealth. I don't know what it is because I don't have it. So he knew that it could be tricky asking for any kind of boon. So he looked at Lord Indra and he said, please give me the most valuable thing in the entire universe. Lord Indra smiled at him and said, okay, so be it. And he left. That man became so excited. He ran back to his house. He's looking around. Everything looked the same. His children looked skinny. His wife looked skinny. And he said, did anything happen? Did you find anything? Was there any treasure anywhere? She said, nothing's changed. He said, I don't understand. I saw Lord Indra and I asked him for the most valuable thing and he didn't give me anything. It seems he made fun of me. Then he thought, oh, who is more merciful than Lord Indra? And he thought it must be Lord Brahma. He is the grandfather of this entire universe. Surely he will be able to give me that valuable treasure. So he told his wife, I'm going back. I'm going to pray to Lord Brahma. He is our grandfather. Again, he went to that mountain and began to pray. Praying and praying. One day, Lord Brahma appeared in front of him. He said, oh, why are you calling me so loudly? All of my ears are burning and burning from your prayers. What is it you want? He said, oh, Lord Brahma, please give me the most valuable thing in this entire creation, in this entire universe. Lord Brahma smiled at him and said, so be it. And he left. Again, he went back, and the same thing. Nothing had changed. His heart began to churn and burn, and he began to cry out, alas, alas, who is there? Who is so merciful? Who will help me? He went to his wife and he said, I don't know what to do or who to exactly pray to. I don't know how long it will take, but I'm going to go deep into the cave of my heart and pray. Somebody will help me. Again, he went to that mountain and began to pray and pray to the Lord in the heart. Praying and praying, one day, very extraordinary thing happened. Nard Muni came in front of that poor man. He said, oh, what are you doing here? That man opened his eyes and saw that it was Nard Rishi, very near and dear associate of the Lord. He offered his pranam and he said, oh, Nardji, I don't know why it is, but I've prayed to Lord Indra and prayed to Lord Brahma, and they've both mocked me. I've asked them for that greatest treasure in this material creation, and they've laughed at me. They said, so be it, but nothing has changed. So I'm wondering, why is it that they have done this, and who can help me? Nard Muni smiled at him, and he said, oh, don't you know? They didn't mock you. You asked them for something you already have. You already have the most valuable thing in this entire material creation. The man looked at him and said, do you know how poor I am? We just have roots and fruits in the forest. We have nothing. How can you say I have the most valuable thing? And then Nard Rishi began to explain to him, this human form of life is the most valuable thing in this entire material creation, because it can afford you a way out of this samsara, this repetition of birth, disease, old age, and death that you have been rotating in since eternity. Now is the time. Now you have this most valuable vessel. Now you can attain perfection only through this human form of life. Wealth in this world will help you momentarily. And once it is spent, what will you do? Pray for more? You will never be satisfied. Only by chanting the holy names, only by connecting in sambandha with the Bhakta and Bhagavan can you ever reach perfection. And it is only through this human form of life. So today I was contemplating this because there are so many different persons. You should wear a mask. You shouldn't wear a mask. There is such thing as COVID. There's no such thing as COVID. It's a hoax. It's not a hoax. It's a flu. It's not just a flu. Everybody is speculating. But one thing we can say, one thing all of us can say for sure, is that around us continuously, daily, everyone is dying. Everyone, every second is dying. Every sunrise and sunset means another day towards our end, our sojourn in these bodies in this world. And we are seeing it coming and surrounding us. And yet we are still trying to make merry and laugh and be happy in this world. So I wanted to share this with you because not only do we have this most precious human form of life, we have Sri Guru. We have accepted initiation. We have accepted that he is my shelter. We have accepted that he is my master and I am his servant. Sarvasva Tomar. We know this bhajan. Tumi to thakur tomar kukur. I am your dog and you are my master. You are my maintainer. You are my everything. This is the mood that we should cultivate. This human form of life is so extraordinarily rare. But coming in contact with Sri Guru, with Harinam, with Thakurji, with this mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, with the mercy of our Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, we should not take this life like it is so cheaply. We should care for it and we should care for others. If we know that this disease can attack seniors and we know that it attacks those who are sick, because that's what people say. They go, okay, we admit it, it's real. But it only attacks you if you already have something. Who doesn't have something? We all have something. And if you're young, you might not. But if you come in contact with senior Vaishnavas and you're carrying that thing, you can give it to them. Why not take some precaution? Why not honor the Vaishnavas and just wear a mask? How will it hurt them? How will it hurt you? If we see it happening and we are unsure, the only thing we can be sure of is that we are unsure. If we were to come in front of Gurudev, would we subject him to something that we might have been subjected to? No. Why would we do that to those who are near and dear to our Gurudev, to our Prabhupada, to our Guru Varg, those who have served the mission of our Srila Prabhupada, who have raised us, who have taught us what is Guru Nishta? They are all in their 60s and their 70s and 80s. And even if they don't believe in it, who cares? We can be careful. We can take this human form of life carefully. And the reason I shared my experience of eating and sleeping, I didn't understand how caring for this body would actually end up being in service to our Gurudev. Gurudev showed me that. I'm not living in fear. Yeah, I like being in my room. I can say that COVID lockdown has not been an austerity for me. I've been traveling the world for 19 years continuously with no home, with no stop, with no end in sight. And even if I come to Vrindavan for some months, my suitcase is in front of me and I know very soon it's going to be filled and I'm going to be there. maybe living in someone's closet, living in a mansion, staying in a garage, staying in someone's living room, staying on the floor, staying in a 5-star hotel, staying in some kind of really horrible motel, staying, I'll be somewhere, taking whatever comes to me, whatever kind of food I have to take, whatever water is there to take, whatever sangha I have to take. You don't know what it's like to go into other people's kitchens. Ooh, not an easy thing. I'll tell you, one thing devotees especially are very, very protective of are their kitchens. So what I'm saying is that it hasn't been a hardship for me. I've been in my room and I've been chanting, I've been serving Thakurji, I've been cooking, I've been reading, I've been going deep into my heart, I've been relishing the not traveling, the quietude, the solitude, the cave-like time, the checking of the pulse, where am I? And actually seeing the chaos around me, seeing things for what they are. Kishori Mohan Prabhu called this the ego disease.
Ego virus.
The ego virus. And you can see everybody going crazy, what to speak of the politicians. You see the devotees doing politics and doing COVIDics and all these things, And I'm watching all of it going, whoa! But why I shared my story is because I wanted to say that don't be bullied into having to be what others want you to be. If you are in your house and you feel that you are able to serve Harinam Prabhu, to serve Thakurji, to serve Shastra, and it may not be that we can go to the temple. Our Miriam Mamita Mamuni, she actually went and met with the devotee who had gone to the temple. The devotee hadn't gone for 10 years, and Mamita went to see her. She went to her house, took off her mask to drink water, stayed socially distant. 11 days later, she's sick with COVID and has a cough. And she knows how to care for herself. She knows how to be careful, but she said, I should have known better. I'm a medical professional, that's what I do. She's a nurse. And she knows exactly how to behave, but she let her guard down one time. So I'm not trying to scare anyone, but I'm trying to say, don't be bullied either way. Whatever makes you feel balanced, Krishna says that we should be equipoised, that we should be balanced, meaning don't be fearful, don't be freaking out about this and that. What is meant to come will come. If I'm sitting in my room and I'm meant to go, if it's not COVID, the roof will come down on me, or I will get bit by a mosquito and I can go with malaria. Today in Vrindavan, we lost in Didi's room, there was a centipede, black, the really dangerous ones, this big, with 1,000 little...
That's millipede.
Millipede, whatever it is, in her room. If it is our time to go, we will go. But we should be somewhat shanti. We are not like Raghunath Das Goswami, who can sit there without a roof over our heads while tigers and snakes and lions and wild elephants are roaming around us. We're not like Haridas Thakur, who can sit in a cave and venomous snakes are in there living with us. If we don't want to believe the science, it's fine, but I assure you, if you needed a heart surgery or you needed any other kind of medical procedure,
computer,
you would use it. We use computers. We use all of these kinds of sciences every day. So all I'm trying to say is that we should be shanti, be peaceful. Try to chant. Try to be honorable to others, especially senior Vaishnavas. It may be that as the Vaishnavas are aging, they might not even know they have different things going on in the bodies, but we have material bodies. Out of honor and respect, we can do a little bit by wearing a mask, by being social distanced from them. I think there is no harm from that. And for myself, in the last couple of weeks, seeing so many that I know personally, it's not someone that knows someone, the cousin's brother, sister's daughter-in-law. No, it's here. I know them. I've known them for over 20 years. I took singing lessons from them. I know their children. I know their children's children. I am very, very closely related to so many who I have seen in the last couple of weeks leave these bodies. So I wanted to share that this is a rare human form that we have, and it should not be taken lightly. This is the most valuable thing, the only real asset, wealth, or beauty in this world we know are the lotus feet of Sri Guru. But we have come in contact with Sri Guru, with Harinam, with Shastra, with Vaisnavas. We have so much. And have we reached Bhakti Bhav and Prem? Have we come to the stage of Ruchi or Asakti? Have we actually entered into Artha Pravriti and left Anartha Navritti? Where are we? Check our pulse. This is such a good time for us actually to see, where am I? What is going on in my heart? Where is my Nishta and Harinam? Are my eyes searching for all of these theories of the material world and the agendas of Kali Yuga, whether it's political or whatever it might be? Or am I searching Srimad Bhagavatam for Srimati Radhika's name in every verse and in every word? Am I searching for my Gurudev in everything I hear? Am I doing asat sanga tyaga? Am I taking good association of Vaishnavas, whether online, whether through Shastra, whether it's on the phone, whether it's at a distance, or whether it's together? Now is the time for us to contemplate. We can contemplate these things. It's so good for us. Take stock of where I am. Where am I in my heart, in my Nishta? Am I still in fear of death? If I am, why? What is that fear? Why? I know that this body is impermanent, but I haven't reached that. If I'm afraid because I'm afraid of dying, or if I'm afraid because I haven't reached any good state in bhakti, we can find this. And then we go, ha, Gurudev, I'm afraid of death because I don't know where I'm going. Or, ha, Gurudev, I'm afraid to leave this human form. When will my opportunity come to meet another Vaishnava like you, to hear that kind of Harikatha that you gave me? Oh, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Daita Madhav Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Kamal Govinda Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj. So many Vaishnavas. Will I get this opportunity again? Hold on to this life. Hold on to it. Not because I'm afraid to die, because it's so precious. Those pray madams have touched me, yet I have not realized what was that association. I have not realized who is Harinam Prabhu. I have not realized my mantras are my own dear beloveds. I don't know this. It's still theory. So I'm afraid not of death, but rebirth. What will happen? It took me 20 years of chanting Hare Krishna in this life, 23 years, to meet my Gurudev. I was chanting, I got cookies from Srila Prabhupada. What does a baby know? Yes, it was mercy, but those young personalities that came into that association, that served knowingly that great, pure, unalloyed devotee of Krishna, that Rasik Bhavuk Vaishnava, they came in with that knowledge from previous lives right away. Wow! Amazing. What will happen in my next birth? I don't want to waste 20 more years learning how to read and to write in my ABCs and learning how to grow your teeth and going through teenage years and falling in love and all this. Ugh! I don't want to do it again. I'm afraid. Who will my parents be? Who will they be? What if they're not devotees? What if my parents are abusive? I don't want to go through all of that mental thing. I know now who I am in relation to my Gurudev. I am his servant. And I want to know who is this Atma and how I can serve eternally my Ishtadevi, my Swamini, Srimati Radhika Thakurani. This is what this life is meant for, not to fight about whether a sickness is real or not. It's real. It's real, and it's called the material world. That is the sickness. It's a war. It's a war with Maya, and the only anti-pollution is the chanting of the holy name. And if you're sitting alone in your room, but you're chanting out loud, those vibrations aren't stopping. They're continuing. If they go to the lotus feet of Krishna, if they leave this material world, if we know that sound vibration continues, why would we think that we can't chant loudly and still send that sound vibration out into this world? This holy name is transcendental. Gurudev said, there's one lecture called The Holy Name and Anti-Pollution from Russia. Gurudev said, we are sitting here in one place, but while we are chanting loudly. So those animals, one animal is in the forest about to eat another. They are being touched by this holy name. Any Muslim that won't chant the holy name of Krishna, even they are being touched by this sound vibration. Cows that are going to slaughter. He said, what to speak of this? That sound vibration will leave this material world. And hopefully, if we are sincere, it will be carried by the lotus hands of our Gurudev to the ears of Srimati Radhika and Krishna. That is what this fight is for. I'm fighting to remain in this body only for this. And if I have to be careful, so be it. If I have to honor Vaisnavas by being careful around them, so be it. Not a problem, because we don't know. The only thing we know is that death is coming. It is coming, whether it's through COVID, whether it's through
heart problems, liver problems.
But even children. Everyone is dying. Everyone is bound to die. Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj said, one day we will have to do this. This is the only way. Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Eva Kevalam. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, it doesn't only mean together chanting. He said it means the name, form, qualities, and pastimes. All. Krishna is not without form. He's not without his pastimes. He's not without his associates. I don't know what I was saying, but I think it was important.
You were saying Hare Nam Eva Kevalam.
That this is why we are here. And
that you can do it from anywhere.
And we can do it alone. With two of us, we're doing it. It's just the two of us.
No, all of them too. Here.
Oh.
The virtual devotees.
I mean, just sitting here, we're doing that. We're sitting here, and it's not like we have a whole bunch of people in the room, but virtually, yes, we have Sangha. And I look forward to seeing all of the devotees, and when we see every day the same devotees coming. The other day, Kishori Mohan Prabhu said, you know, it takes a lot for anyone to come and to sit down every day to hear. And so we were talking about all of you feeling really, really inspired and indebted that you give us this opportunity. When Kishori Mohan ends class, and he says this every day. Now I'm going to cry. Oh. It means so much to us that you engage us in this seva, that you let us continue doing kirtan with you. Our Gurudev said that Radha Vinod Bihariji and Lord Gauranga want to travel the world and see their devotees everywhere. And just staying here in Vrindavan, they know you are all there and they're getting to see you. Not that they don't anyway, but they see you. And we can't move, we can't do anything. And yet, our Gurudev said, your kirtan will do everything. When he told us to first preach and we were afraid, he said that your kirtan will do everything. But if you don't do kirtan, if you don't follow my order to preach, you will lose your kirtan. So you're giving us the opportunity to make this human form of life successful, that we are able to do kirtan with you, that we're able to share the names, forms, qualities, and pastimes of Hari, Guru, and Vaishnavas, what we have heard from our Guru Varg, we're able to share with you. And we feel so indebted. It's not something that we just say as kind of a bypassing, okay, now it's time to say it. We feel it. We feel it deeply. And we feel so unqualified, but at the same time so grateful and so thankful to all of you who encourage us. So please forgive me. I know you hear a lot of these COVID classes, but it's because we see all of these things happening around us, no matter what it is.
Well, they said that he had it.
They said he had it, but I'm just saying, no matter what it is, these human form of lives, what we have now is impermanent. But the Atma, that is what we need to connect that thing, what is real, what is transcendental, what is meant for service. We need to connect that in Sambandha to Guru, to Vaishnavas, to Harinam Prabhu, to every action in our bhakti, every action in our sadhana. Don't stay on the surface. Don't just do anything haphazardly. It's coming for all of us. I know I haven't reached a stage where I think, yeah, I'm ready to go. Gurudev asked, why am I not leaving? He actually asked that. He's like, why am I still here? I'm ready to go. And I thought, because you know where you're going. I don't know where I'm going. So please forgive me if I've offended anyone or that I've gone against anyone's ideas of what is or isn't in the material world. But I wanted to stress that we have these human forms of life and they are so precious. And I'm not saying that we should live in fear, but I am saying that we should live with Krishna consciousness and that we should endeavor very carefully to be careful around those who are senior, around those who have served our Gurudev, our Srila Prabhupada, and our Guru Varg, because, or those who have any kinds of conditions, because we really don't know. And even if they don't have a condition, no matter what it is, we should always be careful with others, as we should with ourselves. This is the property of your Gurudev. This is the property, the gift of Krishna. Srila Bhaktivedanta Bharati Goswami Maharaj, he used to talk about Ekadashi like this. He used to say, even just following because you're grateful, who gave you these eyes? Who gave you every organ in your body? He said, if you just need a blood transfusion, how much money do you have to pay for that? How precious is just that blood? He's given it to you for free. That heart that is beating. If you need a new heart or you need a heart surgery, how many millions do you have to pay for that heart, for that doctor bill? That has to die to give you that heart? How precious is that? But he's given it to you for free. He's offered it to you. Krishna's given this. These kidneys. He said, oh, somebody may give one kidney and be called a great donor. But Krishna's given both. He's given everything. He's the greatest donor. So we should take this life seriously with gratitude, even more so, because we have come in contact with his own near and dear devotees, with his holy name, his holy dham, with this philosophy. We shouldn't lose a precious moment. As we see, it can go at any time. So my sweet Dandava Pranam, thank you for giving me this time. And also I just wanted to say that the personality that left, we all call him Mahesh, but his name was?
Rajendra Prasad.
Rajendra Prasad. He was very, very kind. There were times when I was molested while walking down the street, and I could run to him and he would protect me, and he did.
Well, he would send people after that.
Anyway, and if, you know, when they changed the money overnight, Modi changed money and it was no longer, we had no money. It wasn't good anymore. We couldn't even buy potatoes. they were the ones that just gave us money so that they let us borrow money so that we could live. We couldn't even get money out. We had no bank account. We had nothing. Even now, during this time, it's hard to get rupees. And they've given us money so that we can get by, just so that we had rupees in our hands. So I just wanted to say that they have been very close to us over these years. And Kishori Mohan Prabhu has known them since he's 9 years old. We've seen them, we've known them, we've gone to their mandir, to their house, you know, we're friends. And so on this day that he departed from this world, I just want to offer my prayers to our Gurudev to please take care of him, to bring him closer to his heart's treasure, to his own real heart's desire, and that is the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan. 7 generations of devotees, of Brajabasis, really is an extraordinary thing. But then again, if we're not doing bhajan, we need to remember, just being in a body isn't enough. We need to use it. We need to use it for its purpose. So, Vancha kalpaturubhyashta kripasinubhyevascha patitanam pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. That's normal. Normally I speak to about this time and then I read 10 minutes of going beyond Vaikuntha.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh.
Think about it this way. For the last,
Since March, every single day, pretty much, I've been hogging the mic, so it's nice if sometimes Sudevi gets to speak a little bit, because, you know, Gurudev told us both to preach together. So, yes, for us, what Sudevi said is so extremely important, and she said it so powerfully that it really drives the point home. This human form of life is the most valuable treasure that we have. It gives us the best opportunity to endeavor for perfection, and we should not waste it. We should not play with it and risk for, I'm going to use this term very, very gently, risking it based on ego, whether I might live or die, and also risk others. We have seen around us, and Sudevi didn't name all of them, but this is number 8 or 9 now, but even locally 4 or 5 in the last 2.5 weeks. So first, of course, Krishna Das Prabhu, he departed. The next day, Tarun Krishna, the singer from Vrindavan, departed. Then just after that, another one family member departed. But here in Vrindavan, then there was the fruit seller. And then the Mridangawala down at Lala Baba Mandir. Huh? Anand. And then, now, this Rajendra Prasad from Mahesh Shah.
And their grandmother 2 weeks ago.
Right, their grandmother also departed 2 weeks ago. But this is all just around us, very, very close, a very small area. So it's just another wake-up call that it's around us, it's coming, who knows who it's coming for? We don't know what it is that is coming. It's just what they call the blazing forest fire of material existence. And it comes for everyone. That is one of the only guaranteed things in life. They say it's death and taxes. Not even everyone has to pay taxes.
Not if you don't have social.
We don't have to, yeah. Not everyone has to pay taxes, but everyone has to experience the separation from the body and the soul. And that body is a gift from Krishna. It's not something to abuse. I just wanted to say very quickly, there's been a viral post going out from Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur talking about plagues. And it's nice to share it, and it's beautiful, and I like it. It's good. That one should not be afraid of these plagues. One shouldn't always chant the holy names of the Lord. So, the devotee who sent it to me, I sent back to them a question. I said, so how do we reconcile this with the fact that Our Gurudeva and so many other pure Vaishnavas went to the hospital, had surgeries, heart surgeries, and also wore masks. How do we reconcile that? And the answer which came back from this senior Vaishnava who posted it to me was that their understanding of what Bhaktivedanta Thakur is saying there is that one should not live in fear of these things. But he's not saying that one should run out and try to catch it either. He's saying that one should absorb their mind in Krishna, in Harikatha, in remembering the names, forms, qualities, and pastimes of Krishna. It's not that, oh, let's go out and risk this human form of life foolishly. Like Srila Prabhupada said, if you know there's a tiger in the woods, don't run and jump in front of the tiger. That's not intelligent. So when we share this quote of Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur, we need to also understand these things in context. We need to see what our Guru Varga have done, what they do, how they're behaving, how they're absorbing their mind in Krishna 24 hours a day. Our Gurudeva also would take time off from traveling, and he would stay in Hawaii. How? Why? To recuperate his energy so that he could continue his seva. And his mood was such that if he cannot continue his seva, then he had no reason to remain within this world. So, in order to make that, you could say that form, that body strong so that he could continue his seva, he would go to the doctor, he would take rest, he would avoid becoming sick, because every Kartik there was some kind of horrible disease that would go around with everyone coughing in the open and mucus everywhere. It's just what it was. And so it was very easy to get sick. I would get a lung infection every Kartik, at least once, and maybe one at the very end, previously. And so, just because we can't see it doesn't mean that it cannot affect us. So when we see these words of Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur, instead of just thinking that I understand Bhaktivedanta Thakur, we should see the example of our acharyas and also approach the pure devotees and see what they're doing. There are very prominent sadhus of Vrindavan who are wearing masks. I've seen Pujapad Madhav Maharaj also wearing masks, and Ban Maharaj. And I'm not saying that we should all wear masks. What I'm saying is it's not necessary to run out and start literally doing things which will potentially infect us in order to prove whether something is real or not. We can just be sane and chant and remember the sweet pastimes of Krishna, remember the glories of our Gurudev, continue to try to live our human lives so that we can maximize the benefit that we have now. If we're still in mundane consciousness, I will not claim that I'm not. I definitely am still within mundane consciousness, which means, bodily conception of life. If anyone looks in the mirror and thinks, oh, that's me, for a moment, it means you're still in the bodily conception of life. Anyone who has unequal vision, they still have some bodily conception of life, then we need to gradually come up from that. When we come to the platform of Raghunath Das Goswami, Haridas Thakur, transcendental personalities like Sanatan Goswami, who had disease all over his body, and also, who was that? Oh, Gopal. There was one Gopal. I forgot his full name.
I think it starts with a C.
Chapala Gopal. But their mood was, they saw the maggots that were eating their flesh, and when those maggots would fall off onto the ground, they felt so much compassion. This poor creature requires this body to be able to survive. Let me not cause that creature any difficulty. So they would pick that up and put it back on their body as to not cause harm. So we can test our own pulses. When we become very sick, do we take antibiotics or do anything to get rid of that sickness? If we get in an accident, do we get a cast on? Do we do surgery? Where are we on our spiritual platform? So I already discussed this yesterday. I don't want to go into it too much more, but from where we are, we should be real and then progress from there. This is the prescription from Shastra. Don't be like a madman, Mahaprabhu told Raghunath Das Goswami. Don't be like a crazy person. Be where you are, but progress gradually from there. And when the time is right, Krishna will make all arrangements. So now we actually literally have 4 minutes. Okay, we're getting some comments here. Some people get quite angry by those who don't wear a mask, and some people get very angry by those who do wear a mask. There was one sannyasi who saw me wearing a mask, and he was like, "What's your problem? It's over, it's finished. Rip the mask off, the whole thing is finished." And I was like, okay, so these kind of things happen. But in certain places, people are feeling, how do you say, heavily looked down upon and scorned because they are not wearing a mask. And in other places, people are heavily looked down upon and scorned because they are. And other people are heavily looked down upon and scorned because they're not mixing with people. And others are heavily looked down upon and scorned because they are mixing with people. And so right now, it's a very, very intense time of judgment, lack of kindness, lack of understanding. If someone wants to stay in their room, then what does it matter to other people? They're not, but people become offended. Hey, you're staying in your room. Somebody wrote me, "Oh, you're there inside your room with your mask on the whole time." And I was like, "No, I'm not. I don't wear a mask inside." But this is what they wrote me, and I was like, I don't know where you heard that. So these things are going on. The unfortunate thing is, all of these plays which are going on, they're plays of the material energy. And unfortunately, it not only is pitting non-devotees against each other, but it is also pitting those who are aspiring devotees against each other. And that's where problems come in, because we should try to come together on a more devotional platform. The platform of that we are trying to serve Guru, Gauranga, and Radha and Krishna. Whether one wears a mask or not should not define the relationship that someone is trying to develop with Sri Guru. But that doesn't mean that one should try to force their position onto someone else, especially if someone else has decided that they want to be careful. Someone came into our room pretending that they weren't mixing and literally were breathing in our face. For fun, thinking it was fun. Someone else came up behind me, grabbed me, was pretending to cough on me, got me in a headlock and things like that. That is forcing their view onto me, and that is not kind or affectionate. If I've chosen to just keep a little bit of distance, I can still say Hare Krishna, Hare Bol, respect, but don't force it onto someone else.
We're not saying we know the right thing to do. We're just saying what we're witnessing around us is astonishing, and something is going on, and it is making us realize that this human form of life is very precious and that we should utilize it very well. That's the message. Please don't worry about talking about masks and viruses. That's not really what this is about. It's about this human form of life and taking it seriously.
I agree with what Sudevi just said, and the main point, what she spoke previously, was that all-devouring death is coming for each and every one of us. And with whatever time we have, and we don't know what time we have left, as our Srila Prabhupada said, maybe 7 minutes or 7 seconds, we don't know. Maharaj Parikshit knew he had 7 days, but we don't know. So it's not worth risking losing this valuable human form out of ego or foolishness. You know, taking unnecessary risks. And I'm talking about like jumping out of airplanes and stuff like that. When we have this valuable, rare human form of life, then we should utilize every moment that we can possibly utilize in bhajan to make this human form of life grant its ultimate perfection. Now, I don't want to end with this particular subject that we've been talking, and I've been going a little bit over, so I'm going to go 5 minutes over. We are going to enter into this Going Beyond Vaikuntha for 5 minutes.
Before the end, I just want to say, please don't take offense. I wasn't trying to push my moods and opinions. I was trying to just share. So if I offended anyone or hurt anyone, please forgive me. Okay, now go.
If I offend you by remaining in my house, please forgive me. Okay. Before entering into this beautiful transcendental scripture, which is actually a beautiful treasure, we will pray in the lotus feet of our Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and in the lotus feet of Sri Sanatan Goswamipada, who is the original compiler of Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita. In the words of Raghunath Das Goswami, Vairag Juga Bhaktira Samprayatnair Apayanan Mamanu Bhikshamandam Kripambadirya Paradukuduki Sanatana Spam Prabhum Ashrayami. Begging for even a particle of their moods, which are present within these pages, to manifest within our hearts. Ooh. This is beautiful. So yesterday Srila Gurudev was speaking about Prahlad Maharaj, seeing Krishna everywhere and in everything, even in a stone pillar. And he would offer pranam to everything, seeing Krishna present. This is the nature of Uttam Bhagavat, according to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, that they don't exactly see the material world and the workings of the material world. Rather, they see everything in connection with Krishna, and they see their Ishtadev, their Lord, their worshipful deity, that particular eternal relationship with their particular form of the Lord present within everything. So, Gurudev said that Prahlad offered pranam to everything because he understood that without the presence of Bhagavan, nothing can exist. It's not because one is thinking this is Bhagavan himself. You're not going to take a microphone stand and start worshipping it saying this is Bhagavan. That would be weird. So, but to understand that this energy, what is holding everything, is connected to the Lord. Everything is by his energy. And so therefore, we can see or feel the presence of the Lord everywhere. If we were to see a peacock feather that has fallen in the dust, see, this is Gurudev. He's so, he just goes for the rasik because he is so rasik. If we were to see a peacock feather that has fallen in the dust and been trodden on by others, what would we do? At once we would pick it up and clean it off, touch it to our head, and keep it in some pure place. Why would we keep it? Because this is Krishna? No. Because this thing is dear to Krishna. Because it reminds us of Krishna. Every time we see a peacock feather, what do you think? Krishna. Every time. You can't not help it. And every time Krishna sees a peacock feather, what does he think?
Radhe.
Radhe. Have you seen that photo? Did you take that picture?
Yeah.
Yes. We took it in Barshana in 1996. One girl, Lalita, she asked Gurudev, you said that Radha's name is in every peacock feather, Radha. In every peacock feather, but I can't see it. Can you show us? And Gurudev was there trying to show. And I think he was drawing it in Devanagari or Hindi, but we didn't know it. No one knew it.
He said, do you see it?
He said, can you see it? Can you see it? And everyone was like, no, we can't see it. And he's like, oh, you need the eyes to see it. It was such a sweet, beautiful moment. He was laughing so much, trying to show Radha's name in every peacock feather. So yes, Krishna is seeing her name in every peacock feather. He keeps it so dear to his heart. There's many reasons why he's wearing that peacock feather, but the main reason why he wears it as the crest jewel upon his head is because it has the name of Radha. Smaragalakandanam mamashirashimandanam dehi padapalabhumudaram. Krishna himself is offering his head, his mukut, everything, his flute at her feet, and begging for even a particle of her foot dust. So, our Gurudev told us something in this connection, very interestingly, which we didn't know before him. Krishna wears his peacock feather, particularly on a certain side, leaning toward a certain person, for a reason. So his peacock feathers, the main one would be on the left, facing towards Srimati Radhika, like he is offering this to her, and he also sees that her name is on that. So why would we keep it? Because it is dear to Krishna. Krishna wears it. This is Bhagavad Buddhi, means the intelligence or awareness of Bhagavan. So for us, when we see it, it instantly should remind us of Krishna. Whenever a devotee sees a peacock feather, it's something that moves the heart. Oh, Krishna wears a peacock feather. If with this outlook one offers respect to a piece of straw, this will be greatly helpful in attaining Bhagavad Bhakti, understanding and seeing that Krishna is present in everything. Krishna in Bhagavad Gita himself tells or gives examples, so many examples of how he is present in everything. Of fish, I am the... I'm just going to wait till everyone starts typing here. Of beasts, I am the... Of mountains, I am the... I am the taste of... I am the fragrance of... Sudevi. Let them do it. Of warriors, I am... Of lights, I am the... So Krishna is showing his presence in everything. And in that way, when anyone hears that Krishna speaks about all of these things, then whenever they see a fish, then they will think, a fish, Krishna is the shark. When they see an animal or a beast, then they can think, oh, of beasts, he is the lion. Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to be telling. Yes, bees always remind Devaki of Srimati Radhika. They should remind all of us of Srimati Radhika because she was having that conversation with that bumblebee. Oh, you unreliable servant of an unreliable master, chastising him. Oh, I can see you've been going from so many flowers to another flower. I can see all the kumkum, the reddish, all over your feet and your whiskers. I know what you've been doing. So Radhika's chastising this bumblebee, thinking it is Krishna. And actually, from what I have understood, it was Krishna coming in the form of a bumblebee. When Uddhav saw Srimati Radhika having that conversation, speaking to the bumblebee like that, he began to realize, I'm way out of my league. That's when he was just looking at their prem and realizing, I thought I loved Krishna. I've realized that I don't have any love for Krishna. I don't know anything. And Gurudev said as he was there seeing the love of the Brajavasis, especially the gopis, especially Srimati Radhika, it was like this mountain of prem that was so high that as he was lifting his head up to see, if he could even see the top, he had to put his head back so far that his top hat would fall off. Jiva Pavan is like, go Sudevi, go! Whenever we would do these quizzes in New Braj, and any festival, Nanda Gopal Prabhu would make a bunch of questions and we would have quizzes and they would have the girls versus the boys. And, well, Sudevi would be very competitive. She would be like, no, I don't think I should participate because she would be like, ah! She would really get excited. And then if someone cheated, she would be like, ah, you know? So I will say famously, one person told another very highly placed person in another very prominent society, don't start a war with Sudevi, she will win. And I have not done that since. So, they said, go Sudevi, go. So what to speak of our progress if we offer respect directly to the deity of Bhagavan? So if we just look at this and see that Bhagavan is present here or in anything in nature and we're giving our honor there, what to speak of the deity form or the form as he's coming in the form of Harinam Prabhu. So there's a more direct, powerful, you can say, or more reciprocative forms or aspects of Bhagavan. Non-moving living entities and all things are manifestations of the Shakti of Bhagavan, and there is no harm in offering them obeisance, just as Prahlad Maharaj did. Everything is part of Bhagavan. We should understand that. Everything is part of Bhagavan. If we can attain perfection even by seeing straw and other unimportant objects with the vision of Bhagavad Buddhi, means awareness of Bhagavan's presence everywhere, then how much quicker will the result come if we are directly remembering Sri Vigraha? So, general idea of admiring Bhagavan's presence in nature, this is one kind of mood. But then when Sri Vigraha is here, it's much more personal. One is more general. One is, you can say, Shantaras. Shantaras means the general neutral relationship, that you acknowledge Bhagavan's presence everywhere and you give honor and respect. But more than that, more than Shantaras, which attracts Bhagavan even more, is when you approach him in a personal relationship as a servant, that is Dasyaras. But more deep, more intimate than even servitude is when there is that, of course, servitude is the foundation, but when that servitude attains the sweetness of friendship. When there's friendship there, then it becomes more intimate, or vishramba, very intimate, affectionate. That is even more attractive, more than that friendship mood. Then comes mamata. You are mine, and I need to look after you. I need to take care of you. If I don't do this, then something might happen to you. Vatsalya, parental mood. This also contains within it the maximum of Shanta, Dasya, and Sakya, friendship mood. But it has that extra added superlative ingredient of mamata, and this very beautiful mood of actual, you can say, a superiority. That you are mine and you are my dependent and you require me for your maintenance. So this is very, very appealing to Krishna. That mood has become so sweet that it takes a superior role. And Krishna loves it. And more than that, containing everything from all of the other rasas, and even Vatsalya ras, but higher than that, or more complete, would be Madhurya rasa, the sweetness rasa, so much so that Krishna becomes completely indebted. That also contains mamata, means possessive mood, but to the highest degree. He is mine. Also there, I am his, but he is mine. And Srila Prabhupada confirms that. Our Srila Prabhupada confirms that by saying in Vrindavan, Krishna is simply a plaything in the hands of the gopis. Means he accepts and consents to be completely controlled by their love and affection. This is the speciality of Vrindavan. So there is a difference in just being aware of his presence everywhere and being respectful and honoring. Then this mood of actually giving service. Our Gurudev so many times said, I cannot even tell you how many times I've heard him say it, will Prahlad ever offer Lord Nrsingadev a glass of water? No. Why would he offer him water? He understands that the Supreme Lord is Atmaram and Aptakam. He's completely self-satisfied. He has no desire outside of himself. Water comes from him, so why would you need to give him what he already has created? He is completely self-satisfied. He doesn't need anything, doesn't want anything, so Prahlad won't offer him water. But he has this mood of Shantaras. Yes. Shanta means I acknowledge his presence everywhere, and I give honor. But he doesn't need my service. But then Hanuman will die without service for even a moment. That's why he was given the service of snapping his fingers when he had no other seva that was offered to him to do for Sri Ram. He was so desperate. He said, does anyone snap their fingers when Ram yawns? Ram's Bhagavan. Ram doesn't yawn. But Hanuman accepted that seva. I will die without seva. I need to serve him. Without service, my life is useless. please give me something. So he asked for that, and they said, yes, you can have it. So there was Hanuman sitting outside, snapping his fingers, singing, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. And what was happening inside the palace? Oh, by the love, by the desperate necessity of Hanuman to serve Sri Ram, by his love and affection and that intense desire, he made Ram yawn. So Ram inside was just yawning constantly, couldn't do anything else because Hanuman's necessity to serve was so great. He was controlling Ram. So we see that through this mood of servitude, then the Lord starts to become controlled. And then, as it goes more and more deep, through Sakya, then Vatsalya, then Madhurya, he becomes completely controlled and captivated by the love and affection of his devotees, to the depth of their intimacy and the depth of their mamata, their possessive mood. And that's why he told the gopis, I can never repay you for your love and affection. But with Srimati Radhika, he himself is falling flat on the amorous battlefield, offering his peacock feather, his mukut, his flute, everything at her feet and begging for her foot dust. He becomes so indebted by that love and affection. So there is a difference in the amount of love, and according to one's love, he is endeavoring to reciprocate. Except he can't reciprocate with that complete, transcendental, pure love which has nothing to take and everything to give. To them, he says, Napariyeham nirabadya samyujam. So I just want to finish this paragraph here. So, if we can make progress or even attain perfection even by seeing straw and other unimportant objects with the vision of Bhagavad Buddhi, then how much quicker will the result come if we are directly remembering Shri Vigraha? Shri Vigraha means the form of the Lord. If we worship a deity in the temple, or if we establish a deity in our home with a fire sacrifice, Abhishek, and Vedic mantra, then how can there be any fault in this? There is certainly no fault in it. Therefore, deity worship has been written about in all scriptures, and now Nard will explain why certain statements are found regarding particular faults in puja. So we've come to this point. This is the dividing line between today and tomorrow. So we will end here. It's beautiful how Srila Gurudev always brings us to remembering the beautiful pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Param Rasik Acharya. So, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Rupan Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai, Gaur Bhaktivedanta ki jai, Shri Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Once again, please just keep the Rajendra Prasad in your prayers. Send good wishes for his Atma to make rapid progress on the path of perfection to his final destination of serving the lotus feet of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Thank you very much for being with us today and giving us the opportunity to remember the beautiful teachings and also to reflect upon the beautiful teachings of our Srila Gurudev and our Guru Varga, and also the value of this extremely rare human form of life and what we should be doing with it. I like to remember it at least every day. And we look forward to being with all of you tomorrow. We thank you. No, we cannot thank you. We are deeply indebted to all of you for giving us this opportunity for continuing our Guru Seva. It is our life and soul, and by your participation, you are giving us this opportunity. So we cannot express our appreciation enough. We look forward to being with all of you tomorrow.
Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna. Radhe Radhe. And Susan Moon, don't worry. If it's not Hari Katha, we don't have to agree. Dandavat Pranam. Jai.
Sachinandana Gaura Hari Ki
Jai. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.